Alright, here's my 2 racks of ribs. I removed the membrane, and what I got going on here right now is this Rendezvous rub. I rubbed some vegetable oil on both sides. I've already done the bottom side, as you can see, and I'm simply just putting this rub on here, and we're rubbing it in good. I've got some apple wood for smoke, and here in just a few minutes, once I get these done, we're going to go ahead and put them on. Okay, I've got a nice healthy coat on here. We're going to leave it right here. We'll be right back. Now this is a really long set right here. I'm going to definitely have to curve these around just to get them on here. Alright, this one here is not quite as long. Alright, we're going to close the lid. I'm going to let these go for around 1 hour before I ever even start with the mop. I'll bring you back at that point. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this mop together. What I've got in the pot already is 1 cup of water. And to that, I'm going to add in 1 cup of white vinegar. Alright, now the recipe calls, the actual recipe is a 1/2 cup water, 1/2 cup of vinegar, 2 tablespoons of the Rendezvous seasoning, and 4 tablespoons of the Rendezvous barbecue, but I'm doubling this recipe so I'll have enough. So this one's almost empty. We're going to go ahead and start with it. I'm going to add in 4 tablespoons. There's 1, 2. That's all she wrote on that jar. Let's go ahead and open this other one up. And 4. Alright, I'm going to shake this sauce up really good and give it a good mix. Alright, we want 8 tablespoons. We're simply going to give this a good mix. Alright, I've got about another 30 minutes before I need to check on these ribs. They've been going around 30 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to heat it up, warm it up on my stove inside the house. I'm here to tell you, I took my finger earlier when it was just beginning to warm up. This stuff is gonna be killer. That vinegar in there, oh, it's gonna make these ribs. A little bit more. Alright, we're gonna close her back down and let her rip. Alright, it's been about an hour since I put the mop sauce on this. Normally, if I had these on my Weber kettle, I would do this about every 30 minutes. But like I said earlier, since this is a Kamado cooker, I'm going to do it about once an hour. Alright, we're going to check this for doneness with this toothpick. Just simply go between your bones. Oh yeah, look at that. No resistance whatsoever. Oh man, yeah. Let's try another test here. This is the ultimate test, the bend test. Look at the bend on that. They're not far from breaking. We're going to go ahead and pull these off. Let's check these out. Same thing. Nice bend. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap aluminum foil across this and let them rest for about 30 minutes. Then we're going to cut into them. Alright, so the ribs have rested. I've got a nice one right here. Ton of meat on this. Let's give it a try. These are insane. These are awesome. Perfection. As I was putting that mop on there, man, I was taking my finger and tasting a little bit. I'm like, oh, these are going to be insane, and they are perfect. Until next time, smoke your ribs.